And believe me, it is really true. If you involve in mission, this church, God will provide for you. As an individual, believe me, business people, if you involve in missions, God will provide for you. Kamu nga may mga utang.Tud man, missions lang, anay mabayran ng utang. And I'm talking from experience. And I'm not going to talk about that because we don't have time. Siling ko kay Lord I was, last 2000, we came back here with my wife. And I was pastoring a church. It became very big. But God called me again to missions, although I am very, very unworthy. So nag-resign ako. Nag-resign ko sa talan ko mga functions all over the Philippines. Kaya mabalik ko ganit sa mission field. Gatingalagid sila mong gagalibog ulit sa mga pastor. Warin nga malakat ka. Mga members, plangga ko gid sila, plangga ko nila. Ginatawagan ko nila, pastor nga malakat ka. May isa ganyan nagtawag sa akin, si Pastor Warin, hindi ka lang maglakat. Mahatag ko 1 million kada tuig. Siling ko, maskin, pila pa ka milyon? Hindi ko hatag lang ito, malakat ka Japon. So I resigned, wagig ko kwarta. Wagig ko salary. My wife was working as a doctor, siling ko, ikaw lang, anay bala sa aton. So siling ko, Lord, kung gusto mo mag-missionary ko, liwat, siling ko, lagaw tabi, Lord. Pero Lord, wagig ko plite, ikaw bala plite. So my route was, I was going to go to Thailand, to Laos, and then to Cambodia to scout the place kung di ko makadto. So, Lord, pliti ha. And God was good. That's where I knew that God will send me as a missionary. May na-meet ko, pagtapos ko to pray, may nag-meet sa ako, siya, Warren, I have a meeting in Bangkok. Kano ni siya, kano nga Pilipino. Siya, I have a meeting in Bangkok, why don't you come? I'll pay for your fare. But I have nothing to do with your meeting. Just come along. So, libre na pliti ko pa Bangkok. So nag-email ko sa isa ko ka-friend, sabi niya, Warren, if you're in Bangkok, come to my place. Sabi ko, where are you staying? Sabi niya, by the border of Laos. Sabi ko, ayos. Sabi niya, John, I pay for your fare. Sabi ko, yes. Libre. So may Bangkok na ko, may Palaos pa ko. So nag-stay ko dito, sabi niya, where are you going? I'm going to go into Laos, into Vientiane. He said, yeah, I'll give you fare. Bayan na niya tan. So nandito na ako sa Vientiane, sabi ko, Lord, diin mo ko gusto ma-work. Do you want me to work in Cambodia or do you want me to work back in Laos? Or do you want me to work in between, by the border? Singko Lord, ang concern ko is this. If you assign me here by the border, ang akong gid nga concern is the security of my wife. Siling ko kay kung ako lang yate, okay lang na yan. Maski magkalamatay kita, okay lang na. Tado, di man ta kita mapuslan sang kalibutan, mapuslan kita ng Lord. So, pwede kita ma-sacrifice. Pero singko Lord, ang hindi ko mabaton kung si Mrs. ko sa prisuhan. Singko Lord, may proposal ako. So what I had in mind was this, to meet the ambassador of the Philippines, kay ang friend ko nga ambassador of the US, why na to? So I wanted to meet the ambassador of the Philippines, the head of the United Nations sa UNICEF, ang head sa World Vision, ang head sa World Concern, ang head kung pwede sang Red Cross, kaya mga dagko ang mga organization to give us immunity while my wife works as a doctor, kundi ma-immune pati ako. May immunity kami. Pero silang ko, paano ko sila ma-meet? Kaya 3 days lang ako diri sa Laos. Mag-meet ni sa mga bigwig, secretary pa lang nila, kilalaan ka ba kay 1 week appointment ka? Sa secretary pa lang, paano pagin sa bigwigs? Sing Lord, please arrange na lang. When I was in Vientiane, may na-meet ko to nga friend nga kano, ni Sam sa akon, siya, Warren, you know what, there's a fellowship in the ambassador's house, in your Philippine ambassador's house. Why don't you go there? Sing, okay, I'll go there this Sunday. So naglakad ko to pag next day, siling ko sa gwardiya. So I know how to speak loud. Siling ko sa iya, mangkuta tubi kung pwede ko kasulod, kay hambli silang Pinoy ang sagwa, kung pwede ko to kasulod. So may nagwa nga Pilipino, taga saan ka ba? Ilunggo ako. Siya, sulod. When I went there, guess who was there inside? Na-amazement ko mo. The ambassador was there, the head of the United Nations was there, the head of World Vision, the head of World Vision, tanan nga bigwig sa totoo. Sigo, okay Pero ginlanta ko, nakatinis ko. Naka-t-shirt lang ko. So napungko ko to. Pagkita sa ambassador sa akon, siya, may we know your name and who invited you here? Naku, gate crosser ako. So I'm Warren Aragona. I came from the Philippines. I just came in last Thursday. And Sam and Shelley Bowden of the Assemblies of God told me that there's a fellowship here. So I just came. Say Ambassador, I know Sam and Shelley. They are my friends. Yeah, why don't you stay for lunch? Sige, ayos. Libre pang lunch. So I sat by the ambassador. She was not talking to the bigwigs, but she was talking to me. And then I discovered nga agin welcome niya ko. Kay gali ang iya nga utod, pastor man. Sila niya, you know what, Warren, insulto to sa akin na dito ako na-assign sa Laos. So, bakit ma'am? Kasi I was with the elite group of ambassadors. I was in Belgium before. I'm supposed to be with the ambassadors of America, China. But for them to assign me here, it was an insult to my career, and I knew it. The only reason why I accepted this assignment is because of you, missionaries, Filipino missionaries, so that I could give you immunity and protection. Plakpakan natin si Jesus. After that appointment, may immunity na kami ni Mrs. ko. Sabi ko, Lord, diretso lang sa Cambodia. Pero Lord, airline ticket. May na-meet ko nga French. Warren, I've been looking for you for a long time already and I found you here. But I have only 10 minutes over here. I need to fly. Why don't you do this? Go to Phnom Penh. We'll talk it over there. And then I'll pay for your fare. This is where I know that God provides. Plapakan natin si Jesus. He arrived in Nineveh, preached over there. Everybody repented. But Jonah was greatly displeased and became angry, and he prayed to the Lord, "O Lord, is this not what I said when I was still at home? I knew that you are a gracious and compassionate God, slow to anger and abounding in love, a God who relents from sending calamity. Now, O Lord, take away my life, for it is better for me to die than to live." Verse 4, sabi niya diyon, but the Lord replied. Everybody say, reply. If you involve in missions like Jonah, God will reply. God will talk. Have you any right to be angry? Sila niya kay Jonah. Verse 5, Jonah went out. Nako nga Jonah. Kung ako na yung boss ni Jonah, kigan ko ni siya mong. Nagapakighambal ang Lord sa iya. Jonah, do you have any right to be angry? What did he do? He walked out of God. Lakat siya sa desert. Lakat to siya. Tag si Lord man yan, natingalan mo ko kay Lord, nag-upod man si Lord sa desert. Grabe no. Kung ga-involve ko sa missions. Kag nagpungkot na si Jonah, ti mainit, desierto. So the Bible says God provided for him a vine. And then Jonah was happy about the vine. The next day, there was a worm who ate the vine, and Jonah became angry pag-abot sa scorching wind. He said, Lord, I want to die. He said, Jonah, do you have any right to be angry? You were happy about that vine, di ba? Who gives you comfort? Let me paraphrase this. Should I not also be concerned about the 120,000 innocent people who do not know their right from their left, or the children of Nineveh, nga wala gani kablo sa ila left hand kag ila right hand? Should I not be concerned with them? That gives me comfort, Jonah. Nantoblan ninyo, kay si Jonah hindi kaintindi sang verbal communication sang God. God gave him a Sunday school teaching lesson nga may vine, may worm. Hindi kaintindi mong. Chapter 4 ini siya. Lalo talaga niyo ang Jonah, wala na sang chapter 5. Wala na say si Jonah eh. Because God made him understand. Brothers and sisters, in closing, God will follow this church if you involve in mission. God will use you if you involve in missions. God will provide for you, and God will talk to you solidly like a friend talks to you. In closing, let me close with this story. This has moved my heart.